The package room has cameras. That's important. Because by Tuesday morning, nobody trusts anybody. 3 packages are missing, then 6, then 12, then 138, which becomes less of a missing package problem and more of a missing package inventory. One resident is convinced it's the guy in 4B. Another is convinced it's a delivery driver. A third believes there's an organized package theft ring operating out of Building C, led by Kevin. Nobody has evidence. Everybody has confidence. And somehow, the cameras are making things worse. This is case number 0027, the missing packages. Everyone has a theory. You're listening to Filed and Deranged, Property Management's Classified Circus. Real incidents, one catastrophe at a time, where every story sounds unreal, until you realize it isn't. We've seen the files, we've read the reports, we tried to believe they were exaggerated. We were so wrong. Today's file, missing packages, blurry security footage, and a building that accidentally created 27 detectives and Kevin. Act 1. The first one goes missing. It starts the way these things always start. Small. One resident reports a missing package. Management checks the delivery notification, checks the package room, checks the office, sends a polite email. Nothing. Annoying? Absolutely. Unusual? Not really. Packages get misplaced all the time. Wrong building, wrong floor, wrong shelf, wrong universe. It happens. Then another package disappears. And another. And another. That's when residents stop asking, "Where's my package?" and start asking, "Who's taking them?" Act 2. The inventory of grievances. 1 missing package is bad luck. 5 missing packages is a pattern. 138 missing packages? Now we've got a meeting. Not an official meeting, a resident meeting, which is significantly more dangerous. People start comparing notes. A blender is missing. A pair of sneakers is missing. Somebody's air fryer is missing. And most importantly, someone's 48-pound tub of peanut butter and chocolate protein powder is missing. And if you've never met someone who's missing 48 pounds of protein powder, just know they're going to mention it repeatedly. Every conversation somehow returns to the protein powder. Every email references the protein powder. At one point, the protein powder gets its own paragraph. Act 3. The footage. Fortunately, there are cameras. Well, unfortunately, there are cameras. Because everyone believes the footage is about to solve everything. Instead, it creates 6 new suspects. A blurry figure appears near the package shelves, then leaves. The footage quality is extraordinary, in the sense that it is extraordinarily bad. One resident claims the suspect is clearly wearing a red sweatshirt. Another insists it's blue. Mind you, we're reviewing black and white footage. A third believes the footage proves the suspect is approximately 6'3". The person reviewing the footage is 5'4". Nobody knows anything, yet certainty has never been higher. Act 4, CSI, Property Management Edition. This is where management begins doing things that should require a license. Screenshots start circulating. Images are enlarged, enhanced, over-enhanced, enhanced again. At one point, someone has adjusted the brightness so aggressively, the suspect appears to be made entirely of sunlight. One resident believes they can identify the thief by their posture, another by their backpack, a third by what they describe as vibes. Yep, we've officially entered the portion of the investigation that would not hold up in any court on Earth. Vibes. Act 5. The Accusation Olympics. The resident portal explodes. One person blames residents. Another blames visitors. Another blames delivery drivers. Someone blames management. One resident blames the decline of society, which feels ambitious. Meanwhile, the owner of the missing protein powder has become the unofficial spokesperson for the victims. Every update includes a question about the protein powder. Every discussion circles back to the protein powder. At this point, half the building wants the mystery solved. The other half just wants closure for the protein powder. Act 6. Building C is in on it. The theories become magnificent. Maybe it's one thief. Maybe it's multiple thieves. Maybe it's organized crime. Maybe there's a package theft ring. Maybe they're targeting fitness supplements. Maybe that's why the protein powder disappeared. Maybe Building C is involved. Why Building C? No one knows. But Building C has now been mentioned enough times that they're practically suspects. Kevin's on the suspect list. Residents are connecting dots that were never on the same page. One missing blender somehow leads to an interstate criminal conspiracy. At this point, people aren't solving a mystery. They're pitching Netflix documentaries. Closing act. Nobody learned anything. Eventually, the truth arrives. And that's the part that sticks, right? And somehow, it's even less exciting than everyone expected. Some packages were delivered to the wrong location. Some were sitting behind larger boxes. Some were picked up accidentally. Some were logged incorrectly. The massive criminal operation residents imagined never existed. The organized package theft ring? Not real. The interstate fencing operation? Not real. The criminal mastermind living in Building C? Just a guy named Kevin trying to get to his car. And the 48-pound tub of peanut butter chocolate protein powder? Found behind another package the entire time. 2 weeks, 200 emails, 3 resident arguments, 1 emergency meeting nobody wanted, and approximately 17 hours of security footage reviewed by people with absolutely no investigative training. All because a giant bucket of protein powder was playing hide and seek. Honestly, the protein powder had the strongest alibi in the building. Some residents felt relieved. Some residents felt embarrassed. And a surprising number of residents remained committed to their original theories. Because once you've accused Kevin from Building C, it's hard to come back from that. The screenshots never disappear. Somewhere, there's still a resident with a folder labeled Package Theft Evidence. And every once in a while, they open it, look at a blurry screenshot, and whisper, "I still think it was Kevin." It wasn't Kevin. Probably. If you've got a story like this, where the facts didn't quite match the explanation, submit a case file at classifiedcircus.com. We'll take it from there. Lesson of the lease. If somebody says, "I've reviewed the footage," be careful. And if they're reviewing it for the 5th time while drawing circles on screenshots, it's definitely gone too far. This episode is adapted from real incidents involving missing packages, blurry camera footage, communities that turn a delivery problem into a full-time hobby, and investigative techniques that would concern actual investigators. Next time on Filed and Deranged. A complaint comes in, then another. One resident believes her upstairs neighbor is using the HVAC system as a weapon. And somehow, that is not the weirdest part of that story.